Good evening, good night, good day, good afternoon, brothers and sisters across the globe. I have arrived again. This is your brother, Evangelist B. I welcome you on board, brothers and sisters, the great people of Biafra, the friends and well-wishers. I say, may God Almighty, Chukwu Okike Abiaruta Mara, bless every one of you and keep you well. I bring you greetings from the Republic of Ireland, precisely Cork. This is BC Radio 1 News, coming to you live. This is live chat. Today, I want to talk about healthy living. Your health is your wealth. We want to talk about the issue of human health today. Very important in our life. Nihinande beke na atu inunu sidata harando ba konyire megini erie ya. Because we want to talk about cells. The functions of cells in human body today. Ihe gbasara cells nọ n'ime arụ ihe ọ na-alụ. And we are going to see why people are having sickness, disease. Why or the causes of it. We are going to read an article from the website, a medical website, a research conducted about cells and the functions of the cells, diminutions of the cells in the body, increases of the cells in the body, what is responsible to it. We're going to talk about it. I want you now to begin to share this today's broadcast because it's going to be very informative. Today's broadcast is about your life, about your wealth. It is about what makes you a human being, how God planned the networking of your body system. Human cells is like a network in your body. We are going to find out today how many cells that is in your body, the functions of each cells, how they improve your life, how they destroy your life. First of all, I want to greet Biafrans, our leader Mazen Kano, because this platform we are talking about Biafra, no matter whatever branch of education we want to offer to people, we must talk about Biafra as well. Biafra is not for sale. Biafra is not for the saboteurs. We are preparing ourselves. I don't know if you are preparing yourself that this Biafra, it's coming. It is coming. And if you watch our leader Mazen Kano, from his own mouth, you can see the traces of how this is going to emanate. The time period, the time frame. He is not specific, but he is giving us that information. Please, brother, that are watching me right now, I welcome you. I say, share this video. Click the link, share it to your friends. So your friends will also share it to others. Because if you don't have a good life, if you don't prepare yourself right now to have a healthy life, by the time you enter into Biafra land, some people may not have their life back to enjoy that Biafra. I want to live a longer life after Biafra might have been achieved. I want to have a long life. So I am preparing myself with the things that can purify my system, something that can give me longevity, a long life to live. And that's why I want to bring this education to you. The other day I did a similar video. Today I want to go more into research and into in-depth analysis about how you can live a good life, a healthy life. We are talking about a healthy life. Share this video. And in case if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please, I advise you to share this video, subscribe, and to encourage me to do more. Today we want to talk about human cells and the functions of these cells. How many are the cells that is in the life of a man? How many are the cells in our life? We are going to find out how many cells that is in our body, not our life, in our body. In this place, it says, in an article that I found in the website, it says, according to recent estimates published in 2013 in the Annals of Human Body or Human Biology by an international team of researchers, it is 3.72 times 10 square 13. Square, you know the square, that means multiplication. You know, like when you are giving mathematics to do, they put M2, that is square. You use this main number to multiply with the other one and times it by 10. Then it will give you the approximate number you want. So it says it is 3.72 times 10 13 squares. In other words, that square is being multiplied. The human body consists of some 37.2 trillion cells. Your body contains 37.2 trillions of cells. Maybe you never know, but today you have known what your body contains. We will go to another website. We want to talk about what causes the cells, human cells, to diminish or decrease in number. Remember, 37.2 trillion cells is in your body. These cells are different, have these different functionalities. They have different names, and I'm going to read it out, mention the names of different cells that is in your body. That is what God have created into your body that makes you a living being. Each of these cells have their functions in your body. Why you are living as a living being. They have it in animal as well. Please share this video because it's a live video. We are going to talk about the cells based on aging, because according to the research, what are the things that affect the cells in human body? What are the things that affect your cells or make it to reduce, or the things that can weaken the cells in the body, make them to be ill, sick, that they are no longer functioning? We are going to look into it. One of them, the major thing that causes diminishing or reduction in your cells is aging. Aging and changes in our organ. In our organ, tissues, and cells. That means your life span. As you grow older, the cells begin to have changes it affects your tissues and your organs. And that's why people who are older begin to fall sick. And we are going to see different cells here in this article and be able to mention them one by one and their functionalities and why they are coming to be weak and why you are falling sick when you are growing in age and becoming older person. We are going to start from here. It says that all vital organs begin to lose some functions as you age during adulthood. Aging changes occur in all of the body cells, tissues, and organs. These changes affect the functions or functionings of all body systems. When you begin to grow old, there are changes in your cells. There are changes in your tissues. There are changes in your organs. Changes in cells, changes in tissue, changes in organs of your body. Right. Living tissues is made up of cells. Every tissue that is alive, that have life in it, is made of cells. There are many different types of cells, but all have the same basic structure. There are different numerous. You see that 37.2 trillions. All of them have one basic structure. Tissues are the layers of the similar cells. Your tissues are the layers of the similar cells that perform they have specific function, each of them. The different kinds of the tissues group together. They form an alliance always to form an organ. Different type of tissues in your body. They group themselves together. They glue themselves together. They put themselves together in order to be able to carry out some functions in your body, in your organs. There are 4 basic types of tissues. We are going to see it. Number 1 is called connective tissues. It supports other tissues. 4 basic tissues. There's one. Number 1 is called connective. This is the one that connects other tissues in your body. That's why they could be able to group themselves. It supports other tissues and binds them together. This includes bones. There is a tissue that is responsible for your bones, blood, and limbs, tissues in your body, as well as the tissues that give support and the structure to the skin. There is the tissue that form the structure of your skin and the internal organs inside your body. You see, there's another one called epithelial, epithelial, E-P-I-T-H-E-L-I-A-L, epithelial tissue. This one provides what? Covering. It's a coverage, shield for the superficial and deeper body layers. The superficial body layers, the one that we cannot see with our eyes. The epithelial tissue is the one that helps to form the layers inside your body. The skins and the things, the linens, not the things, sorry, the linens of the passage inside the body, such as the gastrointestinal system. You know, some people, when they form gastro problem, gastritis, this epithelial tissue is the one that control your intestine inside your body. It says such as the, okay, these are made of the gastrointestinal system of your body is made up with what we call epithelial tissue. The function is to control the gastric functions in your system. It controls everything that you eat that is like acidic in your body. Like when you eat orange, it's acidic. It makes your body, your inside intestine, it forms alkaline. Like apple also have some form of vitamin C that create alkaline into your system. Sometimes when you eat them without adding food to your body, they form the alkaline become acidic, and that acid now begin to hurt people. When they begin to, there will be gastrofluctuation that's coming into your chest, blocking your chest, causing heavy pains. And sometimes it's like it's coming through your throat and it's hurting. You start to have hot burning, because you did not eat it properly with the food. That's that's the acidic component is the one that when the food comes into your body, it helps it to digest it quickly. There is another one called muscle tissue. Includes 3 types of tissues. Number 1 is striated muscles. There is something called striated muscle in your body, such as those that moved to the skeleton, also called voluntary muscle. This striated muscle is also can be called voluntary muscle. There is another one called smooth muscle, also called an involuntary muscle, such as the muscle contained in the stomach. You know, like their muscle, your muscle in your stomach. You see some bodybuilders, those muscles that divide their stomachs. This is the type of muscle they call voluntary or involuntary muscles in your body. It is in your stomach. And it's also the internal, we call it an internal organ. There is also the one they call cardiac muscles, which makes up most of the heart wall. This one is the one that builds your heart. When you cut like animal heart, for example, you cut it inside, you see that there is a hole inside it. This is wall of the heart. This cardiac muscle is one that helps to build the wall of the heart. This is what makes your heart to be functioning properly. You will see when we go down that there are things that will cause this cardiac muscle to be weakened. And your heart now will begin to grow with fats. And when there is a congestion or too many fat surrounding and gluing your own very heart, you begin to have heart attack. All right? There is another one, another tissue. You know your nerves. There is a tissue that is a nerve tissue. And this is made up of nerves, nerve cells. All these tissues is in conjunction with, they represent cells. All right? The nerves cells, we call it neurons. Neurons. And it's used to carry messages to and fro various parts of the body, the brain, spinal cord, and the peripheral nerves are made of nerve tissue. Remember, in the other very discussion about the product, I talk about XTC 30 Super Life. I told you about the function of the cells, that there are cells that they run through and for passing signals to your immune system to tell your immune system that something is wrong into your system, an intruder have entered into your body. Then your immune system will be able to receive the signal and trigger an action, a kind of electromagnetic force that will go and destroy whether virus or flu or disease of any kind that entered into your body that want to attack your body system. This type of tissue are the one responsible to send those signal to the, if that tissue is weakened, that's what I said the other day, because it's moving through and fro, checkmating your system to find out where there is any intruder coming in. If that type of tissue is lacking in your body, what will happen? Your immune system will be like a blind person. He will not see an intruder coming in. So this is the work of, it work like a police or CID checking the system of your body. Now, these are the things that are caused by aging. Remember, we are talking about why people are sicking all the time when they are a certain age. And we learned here that age, they call it aging here, is one of the major issues that why people are sicking. Now, they are trying to tell us the individual functionalities of these cells, what they do in your body. That's what they are telling us. Now, let's go again to the aging changes. This one is about, remember the other one we are talking about tissue changes and their functionality, but now is the ages changes. It says that cells are basic building blocks of the tissues. All cells experience changes with aging. Did you understand? Every cell is affected as you are getting old. They experience change. They are not strong as they used to be, or as they used to be in adolescence, a child or a teenager that are still full of vigor. This, as you are getting old, they are weakening. They are reducing in number. Some of them get destroyed or depressed because of, we are going to see the things that causes it. It says all cells, okay. They become larger and are less able to divide and multiply, among other changes. There is an increase in pigments and fatty substances inside the cells, lipids. Many cells lose their ability to function and they begin to function abnormally. Now, it's trying to say that due to aging, all right, the cells are beginning to be increased in large number. When they are multiplying in large, they are not supposed to be large as described here. They will now begin to grow fats around them, which means the functions they supposed to process in your body now become abnormal. Instead of going forward, they are now like a backwarding, retrieving their functions, weakening their function, not giving normal function. So this is one of the things that age causes in people's cells. As aging continues, there is waste production in your body, building up in the tissue, right? The fatty brown pigments called impofusin. It collects in many tissues as those other fatty substances. So the function of your cells now, we begin to accumulate what we call impofusin and other fat substances that is supposed not to be in your cells, now limiting the functions and the activities of these cells. When the cells in your body limit its activities, what will happen is problem, because it will affect the immune system. When the fat is gluing your heart together, what will happen? Your heartbeat will not function normal again, because think about when you are loaded with heavy loads. What will happen? Your body will be depressed. Your muscles will not be moving fast. You cannot be lifting your leg, walking faster. But when you don't have loads in your head, you can walk, you can run. But when you have, because your body now have heavy load on it that depress it and cause pains, so you cannot be able to move fast. So this is what aging creates, so many substances like fat and the impofusin that create heaviness and big loading to your system, to your cells, and they will not be able to function properly again. There is one they call connective. Remember at the initial stage, talk about how the cells connect to each other. Connective tissues. Connective tissues changes. This is one of the things that make older people to be very ill. Becoming more stiff. The connective tissues will begin to change as somebody begin to be old, like older people. That connective tissue now become very stiff, very stiff. That's why they cannot move their arms or their joint very properly, because their body tissues are stiffened as a result of their age. All right, let's continue there. And he said the organs, the blood vessels, and this makes the organs, blood, tissues, and airways in your body to be more rigid, instead of being open properly. It becomes narrow. The blood cannot no longer flow, because the tissue that is responsible to connect to other tissue now, to other cells, have some substances like a fat that blocked its way. That's what it's trying to explain. And they become more rigid. Blood will not be flowing properly. Right? Cells membranes changes. The membranes in the cells changes as one goes old through the age. So many tissues have more trouble. Remember, trouble. Many tissues in the body of the older person now, have many troubles getting oxygen and the nutrients are removing carbon dioxide and the other waste is impossible anymore. So when these tissues are becoming rigid, it will not allow oxygen to flow through the tissue or through the blood, even to go through your heart, so that you'll be able to have a good life, a good breath in yourself because of the aging. So the functions of these things are narrowing because there are so many things that is in the body that the body is supposed to be repelling, all right? Expelling out of your body, removing out of your body. It is no longer functionable to be able to remove those things out of your body. Then those things now will be accumulating in your body, causing, think about carbon dioxide that's supposed to be repelled, expelled out of your body. Instead of going out of your body, it's now accumulating inside your body. What do you think that carbon dioxide can do into your body when it's not passing out? It will destroy your system. That is it. So it says many tissues lose mass. This process is called atrophy. Some tissues becomes what? Lumpy. They become lumpy, nodular, or getting more rigid. They cannot function proper again, right? He said because of cells and tissues changes, because of their changes, they change always. Your organs also changes as you age. You know, the language I'm using there is medical terms. As you are growing, we want to make the full statement. They said as you are growing age. But because the system they used to write articles like in the university, that's what the system they use. Instead of they say as you age, instead of as you say as you're getting older. They want to compress the language and make it smaller. That's what they're trying to do. So when I'm speaking it sounds somehow to you, but that is the actual way of explaining these things. So because of this cells and tissue changes, it becomes a problem into your system. Organs have a reserve ability. Your organ have reserve ability functions beyond the usual needs. They have ability. Your organs have the ability of function beyond the normal usual need. How they're supposed to supply things in your system. They have that ability. For example, the heart of a 20-year-old is capable of pumping about 10 times the amount of the blood that is actually needed to keep the body alive. After age 30, an average of 1% of these nerves is lost each year. Did you see? When a boy is like 20 years, a man or a woman is 20 years, the heart can pump blood more than required for him to live for a day, right? Because the heart is still active because of the cells that and the tissue that is responsible for it. It's like when your heart is pumping blood, for example, if there is any reservoir where excess blood can be stored. So it says it has capacity to give you excess blood that you require, pump excess blood that you require in a day. But when you get 30 years, an average of the 1% of this reserve is lost each year. So let's assume that you have 10% of blood reserve that your heart pumps every year. You can see here with the statement here, your heart can pump blood, which can be in a reservoir where it can be preserved for when you are getting shortage of the blood. Then the other one now will begin to be allowed to be able to begin to flow. This happens to a lad that is a young man that is 20 years. But when you get like 30 years, from 30 years old, this blood pump will begin to reduce 1% every year. The blood pump reservoir begin to reduce 1%. You begin to drop every year. The moment you clock 30, your blood reservoir is dropping from 1% each year, and as it goes on, it might be 2% and 2% or 3% continuous. When you get something like ill, that's why so many people that are sick, that they are requiring blood in order to rejuvenate their system again, so that they will be able to begin to function, their organs and tissue will begin to function properly, because their reservoirs are no longer containing the sufficient blood that their bodies needed to survive. Each year it continues. It's caused by age. The biggest changes in organ, the biggest changing in organ reserve occurs in the heart. The biggest change of it in every changes in the you have in your system or tissues in the body or cells, the biggest of the changes that will affect your life is heart. That's why so many people have heart attack. The biggest changes comes because when you have depression, high blood pressure, anxieties, the next thing that will occur is heart attack. So this is the changes that we are seeing in cells and human tissues caused by your age, right? Lungs, it causes a problem in the heart, in the lung. Remember, lung is very important. Lung is one of the places which the coronavirus is attacking people. Every viruses, they go to your nostril and hang for some time. The moment they penetrate into your lungs, you are gone. Because the moment they enter there, they block your oxygen auxiliaries that can be able to accelerate oxygen to be able to flow properly, and it helps your heart to breathe, to pump more blood. The moment they enter there, they begin to seize your breath. You are no longer going to breathe normally again. Please share this video because it's very important and very educative. It causes problem in the heart, in the lungs, and in the kidneys. That's why you see many people have kidney failures. The amount of reserves lost varies between people and between different organs in a single person. The amount of the reserve that is lost in your system, your tissues, it depends on people, how healthy, how unhealthy, and many. It differs from person to person. They are not the same. That's why two people can have the same illness and go to the hospital. Somebody can be cured quickly and the other person might die as a result of it, because it varies from person to person. These changes we are talking about appear slowly. It comes slowly. That so many of us, that's why we are talking about, when we are talking about this very supplement, it doesn't matter whether you are sick or not. You have to take it to protect yourself, even your child, even a newborn baby, to protect them from attacks, right? But sometimes we don't care much about small baby, because you can see that 20 years they have excess of it in their system. It comes slowly over a long period of time, gradual to a long extent. when an organ is worked harder than usual, it may not do what? Be able to increase functionalities. The functions will be reducing. When you're, just like I explained to you, when you have heavy load upon yourself, your muscles cannot be able to move fast, right? So when these things have heavy load upon them, as they accumulate from time to time in a long period of time, the functionalities of your system begin to reduce. Then as the function reduces, suddenly heart failures, you see what I explained to you before, heart failures occur, and the other problems can develop when the body is worked harder than usual. Things that produce an extra workload to the body, stressors, and include the following. That means stress, the thing that create overload to your system, overload to your body, is the things that makes your heart to work harder than it's supposed to work. When there is no normal nutrients that can make that heart to pump and function properly. All right? Too much overload of hard works or difficulties, which I will show you numbers of them. Number one is sickness, illness. That is what can give your body overload. Because when there is sickness in your body, it goes to attack every part of your body. Your muscles will be weakened, your nerves will be weakened. It will no longer be able to carry activities that is supposed. Illness, number one. Another one, medicine. Medicines. What is medicine? Wrong medicines, not medication that you put into your body. Or some overtaking of antibiotics that goes into your body. It gives your body over. You know, when you take some certain antibiotics, your heart will be beating more than required. That is overload to the heart. You understand? When it beats so much, you have headache, you have weakened body, you can have fever, you can even die as a result of it. All right? Illness, medicine. Then another one is significant life changes. When you have serious changes in your life, serious changes in your system, your health is not good, you have anxiety, you have worries, you have depression, all these things are changes in your life. These are one of the things that attack these cells when it happens. Another one is sudden increased physical demands on the body. Sudden increase in physical demand, overloading of your body. Overwork. Let me put it, overwork, overstress, in anything that you give your body too much overwork. Even when you are trying to have pleasure, it can increase burden to your cells, to your heart, to your system, and it become a problem. Anything that is giving overwork to the physical body, such as a change in the activity you do, and the exposure, where you expose yourself, how you expose yourself to the what again? To a higher attitude. When there is a changes in your activities, in your leisure, how you go, you are no longer having leisure time, spare times that you relax yourself, you get yourself out of work and other things, coupled with the accumulation of emotional trauma, increase of thoughts on how problem at home, problem in my family, all these things, they cause problem to your tissues and your cells. And that's what breaks people down. Loss of reserve also makes it harder. It makes it harder to restore balance equilibriums. That is to put something in an equal size, right? It makes it in which is in the body. Drugs are removed from the body by the kidneys and the livers at a slower rate. Lower dose of medicine may be needed, and the side effect becomes more common. Recovery from illness is seldom, exactly like up to 100%, leading to more and more disability. I will explain now this one. You see, when these things are occurring in your body, it increases for example, when there is too much medicine in your body, which the kidney function is to lower it and repel some of them, to lessen it to a certain degree that be able to your body will be able to carry. That overloading of the medicine that is in your body will now begin to affect both the kidney. The functionality for the kidney to be able to discharge this medicine, because of the tissue working for this kidney is not functioning properly. That means the medicine could be overdosed in your body, stay in your body. And sometimes the cells, the changes in your system also can reduce your medicine, the medicine that is in your body, the functions of the medicine, the ability to solve problem. It lowers it more than required. Then the medicine, more or less, is like you are taking a chaff because it's not sufficient to the system. That means it increases a problem into your system. So these changes is something that we must be guarded. We must protect it as we are growing age. That's why we are bringing you this medicine or supplement called Super Life. Super Life XTC 30. It is something to shield you, to protect you, to guide you, to keep you fit. And it can multiply life. We will come to that because you will see it yourself here. He said lose of... All right, I have finished this place. Then side effects of medicines. Side effect of a medicine, dangerous medicine you take or medicine that is overdosed, can mimic the symptoms of many diseases. So it's easy to mistake a drug reaction for an illness. So some medicines have entirely different side effects in the elderly than in young people. Reactions of medicine in your system can create problem that either increase the problem or reduce the problem or reduce the functions of the tissue and cell to the extent that your body cannot be able to get proper supply, depending, because a younger person and an older person, side effect of a medicine would be more dangerous to an elderly person than a younger person. Did you see this one? There's another one according to aging theory. The aging theory, the theory written out about the aging. It says that no one knows how and why people change as they get older. But I can say that's the way God made it. But according to research, they said they have not known exactly. They are not exclusive to say, specific to say, okay, this is why there is changes in aging. But we can know, as we know that the aging, according to the Bible, the that people at a certain stage, because of the sin of Adam and Eve, what Bible said, brought sin on earth. That's why we are getting old, because God wants us to quickly exit, because there is more procreation going on. But it wasn't the way he created it according to the book of Genesis. It says here that some theories claim that the aging is caused by injuries, right? From ultraviolet light. Some theories say that ages come by injuries from ultraviolet light over the time wear and tears on the body. That is, ultraviolet light that tears or weakens your tissue. That this is one of the things that make people getting age. When there is tear, when there is the weakening of your tissue, it makes somebody to get older quickly. That's what he's trying to say here. I say, or high products of metabolism. High products of metabolism. Metabolism is their body function. It says the theories view aging as a predetermined process and controlled by genes. Some theories can come up in conclusion that due to your body functions, right, your aging starts through your gene, maybe something you derive from your genetic parents, grandfathers or grandfathers, like something you inherited. Some people are witches. You look at it looks like the truth. Some families, they grow older, they stay longer lives. Some families, in a short while, you see them people getting old and dying quickly. So it is gene, transfer of gene from their father or from your great-great-grandfather that cause people to grow older, or the tears and wears these are the two theories that came about, right? That causes aging, that is making people to be getting older quickly. They said no single process can explain all the changes of aging. There is no theory that's specific that this is exactly what causes the aging. Aging is a complex process that varies as to how it affects different people and even different organs, mostly genetologists, people who study aging, feel that aging is due to the interactions of many lifelong influences. Did you see? So the people who are basically studying about the human body, gerontologists, is coming up with the idea that aging is due to the interactions in the body, or as we go along in life. That is what causes or influences the aging, right? Some people say that the influences include also a hereditary, just like I was explaining, gene. Whenever they say something is in your gene, anything, when you hear gene, somebody's gene goes with the hereditary, something that you inherited. something that you inherited from your father or from your mother or from your forefather, great-great-grandfather, anything. Whenever they mention gene, know that that gene is something hereditary. You know, that's why I explain it that way initially before I come across this place. It can also cause by environment. Aging can cause by environment, culture, diet, and exercise, and leisures, past illnesses, and many other factors. Yes, you can see when they say environment, aging can occur. Why people are older in age can occur through environment. There is a certain place in Southeast Asia that the lowest that they live their life is 150 years. They live 180, 200, 250 years. The lowest in that. So the environment is what helps them. You look at Nigeria, there are hazardous system. There is toxics everywhere. What is happening? People are dying younger. People are not living. People are becoming older. 45 people die like somebody 45. In Nigeria, average death is there between 45 going up to 50. But here, people go 70, 80, 90 dying. Why? Because of the environment. The environment creates toxics that enters into your body. And the cells that are supposed to do what? Toxication. That means to remove toxics into their system. It's not there. Some of them are not getting normal food that can be able to give them this type of cells that can be able to regenerate, rejuvenate, and restore the cells that can help them for their for them to have a long span life, which means we call longevity, long life. All right. So these are the factors that can create this place. Unlike the changes of the adolescence. He's talking about the children. The changes it's not like the ones in the older people, which are predictable to within a few years. Each person's ages at a unique rate. Some system begins aging as early as 30. Other aging processes are not common until much later in life. You see, just like the young people, their changes is quickly detected more than the changes in the older people. Remember, I said that the changes come gradually on a long period of time. But when there is a change in the system of a young person, it can be detected because they are younger. When they fall into a system that is not supposed, their body functions are weakened now. As a child, you will know, you're worried. That's why mothers, when they look at their children, their babies, when they always stay with their babies and play always with their babies whenever there is a mood change, psychological changes or body changes, weaken the woman now knows that the child is sick. Right? Automatic. But in elder person, the bones can be thinning for a long period of time, nobody noticing until when the body is shrinking and shrinking. You see older people, when you see them, their body became tiny. The tissue, the skin, it became tiny. Their bone became tiny. Do you understand? But it's very difficult to detect it those days now. But in the children, you'll be able to find it very quickly. It says, although some changes always occur with aging, they occur at different rates and to different extents. All right, there is no way to predict exactly how you will age. You see the way he put this English now. How you will be when you get older. There is no straight way to predict it. All right. So I think it's a very long lesson that we cannot finish. But because there are too many names of cells here that we can go through and through. Our time may not be able to catch up with it, and I think we are going to stop here, and let me see where I stop. Next time I will come again, and I will be talking about there are different cells names. The stage where I am now is where it gave different names of cells and their functions, and you would have seen that maybe some people, when they are sick, if you understand the concept of these cells, you will know that when you are sick, there is something that is wrong within your body, which maybe your cells is not carrying the job that is supposed to carry. Like the one important thing that I will talk about here, one important thing, and I want you to take it serious because it has happened to me, about eye problem. The cells that is responsible for the nerves in your eye, or the cells that is responsible for your lens, the lens, the black, this, if that one damage, they said it is very unlikely to reproduce or regenerate or rejuvenate. So my advice to people now that it has, I have 2 surgeries here in the right eye and 1 surgery in the left eye. After the surgery, the doctor said that the nerves is damaged and that it is irreparable. From this article, I found out now why the doctor said it is irreparable. One is that the article mentioned the type of nerves or tissue that is responsible for the cell that is responsible for the nerves in my eye, and the cells that is responsible for the lens that is in my eye. It says it's very rare to rejuvenate, regenerate, or restore. The only cells in the eye is the one that it says it might not have any chances of. Immediately I come across it, I know why the doctor said that this is irreparable. So it didn't say it cannot be regenerated or rejuvenated or restored entirely, but it says it's very rare to happen. So which means when it says it's very rare, that means there might be someone that may be lucky or have chances to. Miracle can take place anyway, like I'm praying to myself and taking all these things, Miracle can happen because of the way my eye is now and the way it was when the doctor says irreparable is different. I put my faith in the Lord, praying always and making research and getting medication that I'm taking. So why I'm talking about this very particular one that is pertaining to your eye is that the eyes is the lamp of the head. Without the eyes, you will not be able to do certain things. Without the eye, you will not be able to go to work. Without the eye, think about when you close your eye for 10 minutes. You can't even stay 10 minutes without opening your eyes. And when you open your eye, you will feel strange things. And before you become accustomed to your hearing, because the blind people use echoes of the ear, echoes of the things that happen in the house or object that is in the house to sense, like bats. They make sensor with their ears to see an object. That's the way they work. It is a very difficult life that nobody would want to take such or to fall into such a situation. So why I'm trying to lay more emphasis on this one right now is that very important. Your eye is everything about your life. Everything. If you have blindness now, if you have a bad woman as wife, that woman might take you to an extent and it will abandon you. If you have a man, as a husband. That some people are so cruel, so wicked that they can abandon you while because they think it is a big burden for them. It's only out of love, somebody that loves you with all her heart or all his heart from the time that you started will be able, and it is grace of God that will be able to give to that individual to carry, because you have created burden to your family members when you lose your sight. That's why it pains me. And I pray to God that I will not lose it. And God has been helping me, and the things are looking gradually improving. So why I'm emphasizing on this eye is that you can protect your eye. You can protect it. You see about tissue. You see the tissue. The reason why I started with cells, to talk about cells, it is because of this product. Look at this product called stem cell, STC30. It is all about everything that I'm explaining here. Did you see it? STC is an abbreviation of stem cells. Stem cells. Stem cells. That is what STC30 is all about. So the reason why I am educating you about cells in human body and their functions is for you to know the importance. If you want to live a long life, it depends on you. If you want to be free of sickness, any type of sickness, this thing they say the company manufactured from Switzerland says that this thing can help you with about more than 134 sicknesses, illnesses, diseases. So the reason why I was explaining about stem cells, about tissues and cells in the body, is because this is the work of it. Do you see that in my explanation in the medical article that I read, it says that cells can regenerate themselves in a different cells. So literally, they said that cells, stem cells, not cells, stem cells, because there are different cells. This is called stem cell, is the mother of every cells in your body. Mother. Do you know mother? Mother, a woman that carries pregnant baby. When one stem cell is in your body, it will pregnant itself, all right, and give birth to different cells. Remember they say about 37.2 trillion cells is in your body. The reason why I was educating you about these cells is how they diminish as you grow older. Even if you are younger, don't think because you are younger that you cannot be affected. You see that even a younger person can be affected as well. And that's why you are sick. What is the work of these cells? They work with your immune system, detecting any intruder, sickness, disease that comes into your body. The moment they spot anyone, the immune system is the one that is fighting the fight. But the cells in the body is like a vigilante or policeman or police checking points or CIDs that is checking in the city whether there is a criminal or foreigner that enters into the city. They can be able to apprehend him. When the cells detect what we call bandit in the body or virus or disease, it will discharge a kind of electron, like a magnetic fluid that goes like electricity into the system, signal the immune system that something is wrong. Then the immune system saw it and be able to strike immediately and be able to repel or damage or destroy that very virus that enters into the body. So when you are getting old, your cells reduction, there is what we call reduction or oxidation. It reduces in number. Some of them become weak. And one of the things we studied in our article that causes weakness is overload of work, depression, anxiety, body fatigue, create this problem. Illness can create this problem, diminishing of the cells in your body. Understand? Yes, injuries that you caught can make your cells to be diminishing and become weak. So now, the stem cell STC that is super life. This is called super. The reason why they call it super life is that it's going to change your life. It's going to change your life. What it's going to do is, this is an extraction from stem cell, was extracted from more than 30 different fruits of trees, different. Let me ask you, if you want to go to the market to buy fruit, is there any way you can be able to buy up to 30 fruits at a time? It's impossible. You can't do it. It's only rich people may do it. Sometimes they might not get all the type of fruit they want. But this company in Switzerland, they planted different, and some of them they brought in India, in Africa, different fruits. Organic, they gave money for them to plant them, to harvest it for them. Organic one, they extract the stem cell from the fruit. Just like you can extract stem cell from human tissue, that, the tissue that they use to help a woman that is not giving birth to a child or cannot conceive to become pregnant. They can use human extracted stem cell from human tissue and inject it into somebody's body to help the hormone system of the person to cleanse and to make every womb, the womb that is healed, to purify it and make it well, to be able to germinate and bear fruit. But that one is a human stem cell. But we are talking about fruit. You can see they draw the picture. Here is a fruit. So it has nothing to do with human. And you know what the Bible says in the book of Genesis, when God created Adam and Eve, he said, by the fruits, by the herbs, you shall live. Why is it? What are we eating today? Everything that is planted in the soil is fruit, is herb. That's what God said. That is what we are eating. But today, in Oyibo land, do you know that there are chemical food? There are burger meat that is made in lab. It's not cow they kill or chicken they kill. They made it with chemical and they put it in the market and people are buying it. Some of them say that it have more nutrients than the one that we get organically. No way. There's nothing artificial that can be compared with organic. This company made the research for 10 years before they come across the breakthrough that they combine different fruit stem cells in one to be able to give life back to the people. And the aims and objective and the mission statement of this company is to give life to people, to help people who are ill, who are sick. I said what? More than 134 plus diseases that this thing can help you. Arthritis, rheumatism, body fatigues, anxieties, lack of concentration, cancer, all right? Different gastritis, injuries in the bone, joint pains. What this thing does is to go directly into your body, begin to rejuvenate the cells that are damaged, begin to restore the ones that are weak, begin to regenerate. Do you know what I mean regenerate? It pregnant itself and produce cells, thousands of cells, can differentiate them. Like I said, each cells is different in your body. They have one particular single work they are doing in your body. This thing, what it does is to generate those cells, differentiate them to that thing that you needed in your body to function properly. You want to live long life. You want to have a smooth body. You don't want to be ugly. You don't want to be your face squeezing like an old person when you are still young. This is what can help you. Your wife is not conceiving. This is what you need. Any problem you have in your body that has to do with cells, you can see that all the things we talk about, there are cells that represent every illness, every sickness, every whatever organ in their body. Those cells, if they are not in the body, the sickness that entered into your body will attack that part of body that doesn't have the cells that protects it from the harms, and you begin to fall sick, right? You don't have energy. You are so weak and so tired like me before. To wake up in the morning is very terrible for me, all right? I can be sleeping, oversleeping, I can even go 9 o'clock and sleep. 12 o'clock, I'm not even ready to come out from bed. There is something wrong in your body, because I know that since I started taking all these things, immediately it's 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, my eyes open already. No more sleep. Why am I seeking before? The body is telling me that something is wrong. All right? Some of us today, we love money so much that we don't want to buy these things and we don't care about it. Oh, some people will say, I am not sick. That's why I'm telling you, I make much emphasis about the eye. Remember, if you have eye problem right now, listen to me. You have not gone to the hospital before God and before man. They have not touched you. They have not done any surgery in your eye. Thank God if you come across this thing. I'm telling you, it's going to go to all the cells that is responsible. Remember, they say the cells that is responsible for your lenses is rare to regenerate or to restore. The one that is the nerves is very rare, so long as it's the eye. Very difficult to regenerate. So which means when they touch you and almost 90% of the people they do surgery on, they always tell them that their nerves is damaged, because when they are touched, it's a very delicate place. They destroy the nerve, and then before they do the surgery, they will give you a declaration, a note, agreement to sign that they know that it can be damaged. Your eye can be damaged. Their eye can be worse. They will explain it. The doctor will tell you. They are not hiding it. If you don't sign, they are not going to do surgery. Go yourself. So if you know somebody who have eye problem as well, most people, when they are growing old, their eye become weak because the cells that is in the eye that help the tissues, the nerves, and the lens is weakening. And when it's weakening, it says it's difficult to restore. If your eye cells, your lens cells, and your nerve cells have not damaged, I think they said it could be rejuvenated and restored. So you can use this one as a body defense. Your old father or mother that is at home, but they are telling you that they cannot be seen very well. Now you want to go and get eyeglass for them. Forget it. The moment you put eyeglass in your eye, you are gone. You cannot see again. You cannot see properly again. You continue to wear eyeglass the day you die. But this body defense mechanism, you can use it to begin to administer to the person. Right? It's expensive something, but you remember, like the good soup is money that make it. Understand? So you give it to that individual. Oh, they are complaining the weak bones. Weak bone. Now I have told you, age is one of the things. If you want your father to live more longer time or to live healthy life, you start giving him that one. No amount of money you spend on your father that is a waste, because they nurture you, they keep you from childhood, they protect you, they spend sleepless night. So now that some of us, we did not get money earlier, but before our father get old, it is now that you begin to spend money on them to pay them back what they have done to you. All right? So this is all about it. STC 30, super life. It will make your life super. If you know anybody that have any disease, any symptom. I said 134 plus diseases. That's what you can use this thing to help yourself. All right? This has no chemical, no coloring, and no artificial preserver. It is 100% organic. If you give it as a gift to any of your friends, they will thank you. Remember, you cannot give them only one sachet. Some people can take it to one sachet, one packet, or two sachets, and they begin to see improvement. Some people might take it 3 months or 6 months. The maximum they say you will begin to see a very good effect of it in your body is 7 months, 6 to 7 months. So you can give it to any loved one, and also there is an opportunity for you to have this thing as another means. Another means to get money. Yes, the company also allow people to have opportunity to have a franchise license. You subscribe, you become a member. They sell it to you as wholesale price. Then you can retail it. But not only retailing it. The most important aspect of it is to recruit people. If you see somebody that is sick, you give it to them. By the time they take it and see the miracle wonder of the world, they will ask you to enroll them as a franchise. A lot of people are joining this thing, and a lot of people are making hell of money with this thing. They are still, some people started it, still going their work. Today they are not doing their work anymore. They base on this thing. Some people have different networking business as a supplement as well that they are doing. You know, they are riding big cars, and like someone, you have used this system of supplement to build himself or herself in this country that bought house, big house, not this one that council is giving us, big one. You can do the same. Some of you have mobile phone, telephone, and data you burn every day. It can be of use to you. Your mobile phone can become your shop, like I'm doing right now. You use it to advertise it. Who do you know that is sick, that have been sicking? Like the way I was sicking before. Call the person, say, I have something. You can give it to somebody as a gift if you want, depending on how dear or how close that individual is. You become a messiah for that individual. By the time the person recovers from the illness, then the person will never forget you. All right? If you are working, your wife is not working and is only sitting at home. Your wife can be taking care of children. There are women that have made a lot of hell of money with this thing, just by joining, recruiting. There are people who doctors in Niger that are prescribing it for their clients. All right? Yes, they are using it when they give medicine, all this drug mixed medicine that full of chemical. When they are not succeeding, they recommend this one, and the one quickly the person will arise from the bed and go away. You know, people are coming. It become a wonder miracle doctor. This company is the one doing it. So please, unfortunately, there is no telephone number here. All right, and if you want this very thing, if you want it, text me, or you can take my number now, +353 899 47 0004, +353 899 47 0004. You can contact me. A lot of people are contacting me already anyway. You can contact me. You can begin a business while at home. Mostly this time around, remember this time around, most people now is at home. They are restricting people. They are doing this, but you can be at home doing business, right? Nothing concern you with outside again, right? Many people networking business now is what is running everywhere. But you have to put time. You have to put money, because no business is just an easy thing like that, right? There are people who started this type of business 2 years ago, 3 years ago. They dump it. There are people they start with. Now they cannot near the person financially. It depends on your determination and your effort. You see me, see the time that I'm still making the video. It is time. It is data that I'm burning. My electricity is going, is increasing while I'm doing this. All right? My strength is going down while I'm doing this. So you will nurture it as your own business, and we can work together. It's a network, and we can assist each other. So I give you the number again, +353 899 47 000. That means 0004, right? And also you can inbox me in my anywhere in Messenger. I say, Evangelist B, I want to be involved, or I have somebody I want to give this product. All right, I can give it to you. I sell it to you. I will not tell you the price here now, but if you call me, I give you the price. The price I sell is the same, but I'll give you the price when you call me. If you like, you can inbox me, even in BC Radio, One News, telephone number is one I'm giving you. It's a WhatsApp number. You can send me a WhatsApp text that you want it, and I will tell you. You start right away. There's no waste of time. I'm going to stop here. Please share this video. Help me to share it to your friends, your relatives, your brothers in the zoo, Republic of Nigeria. Send it to them. In Biafra land, send it to them. In America, send it to them. In Australia, send it to them. Any place you know your friend, because you might not be interested and somebody you send it to might be interested immediately. You are going to do that person good by introducing him this thing, whether sickness or somebody who want to use it as a second business, this networking business. You can go your work and come back and do video, make advertisements, send it to people. Money will be coming. So this is Evangelist B coming to you live from the Republic of Ireland. And we are going to call it a night. All right, this is BC Radio 1 News. And thank you, every one of you, for joining us today. I say, may God Almighty bless every one of you. May the Almighty keep you. May the Almighty, all this time you waste watching me and the time you are going to waste sharing it to your friend. Don't let it go. Just share it right now. Click the share button. You will see where it says copy the link. Go to Instagram, copy it, send it to all your people in Instagram. Go to Messenger, sending it. Go to WhatsApp, sending it. You are helping me and encouraging me, Evangelist B. Even the work we are doing for Biafra. Because there is no way people are begging money. I'm not begging any money. I want to do something. I want to give people. I want to help Biafrans as well. All right? So this is the only way you can help me. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe, please. And when you subscribe, click the notification bell. It is like a hash in color, like a cap or hat. Click it to be activated so that whenever I have new update, you will be able to get it. I want you to remain blessed, and I pray that God Almighty will bless you and keep you. Even as you are, if some of you that may be trying to do business, I encourage you to do that. God will help you. That if you have a limitation in your income, through this means, this company is only 3 years. This year, last month, it makes it 3 years. But the company is increasing worldwide. Increasing very rapidly. People are recruiting, right? You can give it to your son, to your child, to your baby, to keep them well. It's a body defense. I recommend it to you. Remain blessed. The number again, once again, is +353 899, right? 470004. Remain blessed. And see you tomorrow in another edition of Biafran discussion. God bless you.